What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Gonna start tearing these down. This is a L8453, L8353. Both of them are gonna be getting cams, so gonna do a complete tear down on both of them. Got the cam and everything for this one, not for this one yet. I guess big news. I don't know. Didn't really know if I was gonna show this yet. Stumbled across this for myself. This one's mine. Got a really good deal on it. Didn't really care about getting an LT1. Wasn't really on the radar to get an LT1. Just wanted a 6.2, whether it be a LD6, LD7, because by the time I finish with this motor, there's going to be absolutely no difference between a LD6, LD7, or an LT1. What makes this an LT1 basically is the front end kit, intake, and the tune it originally came with, and that's all going to be changed. It does have the 8-speed. Went back and forth about getting a 10-speed versus 8-speed. Had a deal on a 10-speed that fell through. I didn't really care either way. I know that the 8-speeds had kind of a bad rap, but I think that's all been corrected now with the correct fluid. And this is a 2016 model, 35,000-ish miles, I think is what they said. Yeah, 30,000 mile-ish. So it may have already went through the TSB from GM, because I can tell the transmission bolts have been touched at least once with a socket. The other problem, or not problem, but the other thing I'm going to have to figure out is this one has the isolator rubber adapter deal. So that's kind of more for the two-piece drive shaft that comes in the Camaro. I've already found a adapter that turns it into more of a solid mount, so you can run a one-piece. But either way, I couldn't pass this up. I wasn't really in the market to buy a motor right now, but I haven't lost anything. I could pretty much double what I paid for it today if I wanted to sell it. I don't really have intentions on selling it. Sometimes these things are hard to find with low miles, and pretty much complete. It's missing the computers, but I know a guy that can get those pretty easily for me. But yeah, so probably going to keep it. Probably going to put it in the truck. Cam intake, all that kind of good stuff. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, is tearing down these two. 64 C10, it's back behind there. 64 we just picked up in the video. Last video we did. Dad found a good deal on a, we don't know what year it is. It's okay, 2015 L83 53. This one does have a 6-speed, but since this is just going to be a truck that we're fixing up and selling, we're good with it. So he's going to get it cleaned up. Just got it last night, but it's complete, kind of like the my LT1. It's complete except for computer. So he's just going to clean it up. It's going to be sitting for a while, probably just like mine. Mine's going to be sitting probably a little bit longer, but it did come with some headers. These are pace setter headers, so cool. And then he's still debating about camming it or not, and we've kind of discussed, I'm probably going to donate my LT1 intake because I'm not going to use it. I'm going to run a C8 LT2. No updates on this. Still running strong. Did you order your new column yet? Okay. So that's coming up in the future. He's getting rid of this column and putting a same exact one, but it'll have a column shift. Getting rid of the floor shifter. All that column, floor shifter, will be going in the 64. Yeah, I told him. It's a little rough. Well, they've seen it. That video did really good. I don't know if y'all just like us doing road trips together, or if y'all were just that interested in what we were picking up. But that video did really good. We got good response, and I appreciate that. So we moved this one back here in the back to get it out of the way. We put mine on rollers, which has worked out great for moving it around. So that's pretty cool. Sorry, just kind of all over the place here. So there's the 64. He's starting to kind of fix the patina a little bit. The truck was kind of two different colors, which is kind of weird the way it sat in the field. And anyway, one side was red, one side was more white and black. He's just trying to match, and he's getting there. He's been playing with it. and that's my door. We did a little seam sealer on the door and got the Coors Light rust patch completed and fixed. I'll try to show you all that before I leave today. Yeah, so like I was saying, LT1 kind of fell in my lap there and had to make a decision. So, I mean, when you're doing a project, two biggest things are buying the project vehicle itself, and then the motors. Especially nowadays, the motor's the kind of the bigger, most expensive part of the deal. Got them both out of the way. So quite a bit of money into the project now with a motor and the truck's in pieces, but it'll get there. Just a matter of time. It'll get there. Nice. Full antifreeze. Great. I guess we can go and get the crossover and bring the wrench. Wrench over here. Somewhere. Maybe. Since we've been working on my truck a little bit of stuff on Dad's truck, our tool cart here has turned into a mess. Did we get lucky? Yeah, that one's stuck. So the fuel rails on this motor are stuck pretty good. What I usually end up doing on that, the heads are coming off this one anyway for the cam. So when I take the heads home, I'll flip them over and I'll soak the inside of that injector with like some WD-40 stuff and just let it sit a couple days. And usually it ends up freeing up and making it where you can get it off. But yeah, it's stuck pretty good. So they make a tool to pull these out with. I don't have one. We don't need it that often. But like I said, what I'll do is I'll soak them, and then they'll be a little bit easier to come off after that. I've gotten them off that way before, but it does kind of suck. Hopefully with this other motor, with it being an L84, quite a bit newer, it shouldn't be stuck. These will be going home with me today. All right, so the head's ready to come off. I finally couldn't find my, it's an Allen head socket that fits that one strange bolt in there in that coolant passage, but all the bolts are out. Fuel rails are going to remain, like I said, and should be able to just snatch these things off. There we go. I don't know if I'm gonna go back together with this one just yet. Still gotta take a few more things off, and I want to tear that one down. I was here pretty late last night, so I try not to make it too late of a night, but at least going to get the pulley off, front cover off, get the DOD junk out of there, because we have all the parts to put this one back together. In an earlier video, I was talking about this multi-layer steel gaskets that seal real well. There's a good example of what you're dealing with there. There's 4 layers right there of metal that. Me and Dad discussing a couple of things. His little 5.3 that he just picked up for the 64. Thinking about taking his cam out of the 65, which is the stage 1 Texas speed cam, putting it in the little 5.3 to give it a little something. And he's wanting to kind of go with a little bit more aggressive cam for the 65. We're thinking about doing it while it's in the truck instead of pulling it out. We're just kind of discussing that, about spinning the cam around. His is already DOD deleted, so the lifters would hopefully suck up in the lifter trays, and you can slide a dowel rod in there and kind of keep them from falling back. So he's going to come back here in a little bit once I get this opened up so you can see what I'm talking about. Show him that. And then still got to tear into this other one. Ooh, that sounds good. Sounds good. This one ain't super stuck. This other one's going to be super stuck because somebody's been into it for some reason and used a whole tube of silicone. Okay. That is wonderful there. Wonderful. So on my LT1, I can't use the oil pan it comes with because it's Camaro. So it's like that Camaro Corvette style. I can use a truck pan if I wanted to. And we throw these away anyway. So I'm undecided. I like the Holly pan. And I'm really, really wanting to go with a Holly front end kit anyway. So I may just use, this would be free, but Holly pans aren't that much. And then I actually, like I said in a previous video where I compared the Holly pan to the eBay pan, not a big difference. So I may do that as well. I ain't decided, but I may keep one of these for myself, just clean it up and keep it to the side until I make up my mind. It's going to be a long, long time before I'm ready to stab the engine in this thing because it's still in pieces. Missing a knock sensor on this side. Got one over here though. Cam is on its way out. Just torque bolts here. Luckily they came out easily. That's always nice. And then we got the retainer plate. Okay. And then slowly and carefully, even though it sounds loud, get the cam out. There we go. That's pretty much it for that one. What I was going to say, like what we're talking about on yours, about doing the cam in the truck.
Yeah.
You look down in those holes there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So You run something down that way.
That goes way back there.
Yep. You spin the cam around and get
it spins around and it pushes them up.
It'll push them up, and then you slide something in, and yeah, maybe just something to hold it. You know, of course, we got to take your trunnions out, springs off. I mean, not springs off, the push rods out, get the tension off of them. So it's an ordeal in the truck, but it can be done. People do it all the time. But this one's ready to either go back with the new cam if that's what we want to. I want to get that one torn down. So got this one torn down about as far as I can go with it. We already have the cam, but I don't think I'm gonna put it in just yet. Cleaned up the boards a little bit. Had a little bit of carbon and junk in them. Good looking little motor. Now I'm gonna work on getting this one torn down and boxed up.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'm tired of
Okay, so the LED4 is now torn down. Just did a time lapse. I figured y'all already seen me tear one down. You know, give you something else to look at. But cam's out of this one. I'm not worried about the oil pump locators on this one. The reason why this thing had been into already is look right here. That oil pump is brand new. No, it doesn't even have discoloration on it from the oil. Don't know why the oil pump's been replaced, but everything else checks out on the engine. Everything's good. All right, so we got two 5.3s torn down. Your 5.3, you've got it power washed, cleaned up, and you're gonna set it next to my 6.2. That went a race truck. Yeah, this one cleaned up okay. I mean, it's got a little bit more to go on it, and we just got to decide what we want to do with it. I think for the remainder of the day, we're gonna kind of take it easy. It's steamy, it's hot, and we may mess with the 64 a little bit. I really want to finish welding my driver's side up, but man, I don't know. I'm running out of steam. We'll see. Thanks everybody for watching. Subscribe, like, share, ring the notification bell. Have a good one. We'll see you on the next one.